What a story this has turned into for the New York Knicks. Just a few months ago, almost nobody was talking about Jose Alvarado as one of the most important pieces on this roster. He was seen as a spark off the bench, a player who brings energy, hustle, and heart. But then the finals happened, and everything changed. Alvarado stepped onto the biggest stage in basketball and played like a guy who absolutely refused to let this team lose. Every loose ball, every defensive possession, every big shot, it felt like he was everywhere. And now, after helping bring a championship back to New York for the first time in more than 50 years, the Knicks suddenly have a problem that nobody was expecting. And honestly, Knicks fans, I don't know whether to celebrate or panic. Before we continue, if you're proud of what Jose Alvarado did for this team, smash that like button right now. And in the comments, let me know, should the Knicks do whatever it takes to keep him in New York? Because here's the reality. Alvarado has a player option, and after these finals, there are going to be teams all around the NBA looking at him differently. They're not seeing a backup guard anymore. They're seeing a championship contributor. They're seeing a player who can change games with his intensity and his defense. And let's be honest, players like that get paid. A lot. This is where things get complicated. The Knicks already have major financial decisions to make. There are contracts to work on. Other players need extensions. The roster is getting more expensive by the day. And the deeper a team gets into luxury tax territory, the harder it becomes to keep everyone together. That's the business side of basketball. And I hate it, because as a fan, I don't care about tax penalties. I don't care about accounting sheets. I don't care about billionaire owners trying to save money. I care about winning championships. This team finally climbed the mountain. They finally brought a title back to New York. Why in the world would you start taking pieces away from the roster that just won it all? Seriously, am I the only one thinking this? Drop your opinion in the comments, because I know Knicks Nation has a lot to say about this one. The scary part is that Alvarado doesn't need to get a massive offer to create problems for New York. Even a solid multi-year contract from another team could force the Knicks into making a difficult decision, and there will absolutely be interest. Think about it. He's only 28 years old. He plays with unbelievable energy. He defends like every possession is his last. He can shoot from deep, and he just proved he can perform under the brightest lights imaginable. Players build entire careers trying to have the kind of postseason Jose Alvarado just had. He did it on the biggest stage. So yes, teams are paying attention. And that's exactly why Knicks fans should be nervous. Because we've seen this story before in the NBA. A player helps a team win a championship, becomes a fan favorite, and suddenly another organization offers him a deal that's impossible to ignore. Then everybody says the same thing. We'd love to keep him, but the money just didn't work. I don't want to hear that. I don't think Knicks fans want to hear that either. If this organization is serious about building a dynasty instead of just winning one championship, then keeping quality depth should be a priority. Championship teams need more than stars. They need players like Jose Alvarado, guys who accept their roles, guys who make winning plays, guys who bring toughness every single night. Those players matter. In fact, sometimes they matter more than people realize. Look at these playoffs. How many games swung because of effort, because of defense, because somebody came off the bench and changed the energy? That's exactly what Alvarado did. He became one of the emotional leaders of this team. And if the Knicks lose him because they're worried about spending money, I'm sorry, but that would be incredibly frustrating. I know some people will say, it's just a backup point guard. No, it's not just a backup point guard. It's a player who perfectly fits this roster. It's a player who has chemistry with Jalen Brunson. It's a player that fans have completely embraced. And it's a player who just helped deliver one of the greatest moments in franchise history. Those guys aren't easy to replace. Actually, they're almost impossible to replace. So here's the question every Knicks fan should be asking right now. How much is too much? At what point do the Knicks say, we love Jose Alvarado, but we can't afford him? Because I honestly don't know if there should be a limit. This team waited decades for another championship. Decades. And now that they finally have the formula, now that they finally have the right mix of stars, role players, and toughness, I don't want to see ownership get cheap. Not now. Not after everything this team just accomplished. If you agree, hit that like button because I know a lot of fans are feeling exactly the same way. And I want to hear from you. Would you give Jose Alvarado whatever it takes to keep him in New York? Would you match any offer? Or do you think the Knicks should let him walk if the price gets too high? Drop your answer in the comments because this debate is only getting started. One thing is certain. Jose Alvarado's incredible performance in the finals didn't just help the Knicks win a championship. It may have completely changed the future of this roster. And over the next few weeks, the front office is going to have a decision to make that could shape the next chapter of New York Knicks basketball. Knicks Nation, buckle up. This offseason is about to get very, very interesting.